coach at KCB said, that is Bill Kidinja, Lisa, yo, Kev, this guy, the way you see him play, he's even stronger now. So I've had this notion that when you get back from a injury, like let's say you broke a bone, you're actually stronger. Is that true?
It depends on your the rehabilitation they do for you. Because if you don't do, chances are highly likely you're going to get even more weaker after that. You see, like the footballers, professional players, they actually even have a physio on the people who
on
run
deck, on the sidelines.
Who run on the side, like on the field, are actually a doctor and a physiotherapist.
Interesting.
Yes.
So let me ask you, Pauline, also, I just want to understand. You're a physiotherapist.
Yeah.
Some signs. You just look at JP, you're like, unahitaji shida. What are some of the signs that you'd, tap into and notice that someone needs help?
First of all is posture. We are notorious about assessing people's gaits when they are walking, like potential client.
Lazima tuassess.
Kwanza ma flat foot wengine kwa hapo kwa hii studio.
Yeah, and even the way someone walks is a give.
Really?
And also the way someone sits, because most of the people, especially corporates, we can just tell this is a corporate person, and
because of the posture of how they sit.
Yeah, how they sit, also how they carry themselves. Yeah,
slouching, the back.
Yeah, and also the gait when they walk, because that's one of the things that we check when we are assessing our patients.
Right.
Yeah.
What are some of the common injuries that Kenyans usually have when they visit your clinic?
Nowadays,
that you've noticed, I guess.
Surprisingly, of course, posture is the number one problem. So now it brings back problems, neck problems. That's the common thing, back and neck, because of the posture-related issues. But lately, sadly enough, we also have, I think our youngest client was 9 years old.
Oh, no.
What?
Yes, and it's issues related now with posture. You see, like the kid does video games.
The video gaming
thing. Like they don't do sport at school because they said, people are rough and all that, So you find someone is overweight and they have back issues. They can't even touch their toes.
Yeah,
what?
I can imagine,
Yeah.
There's this thing about pain, and I feel like pain is something very, very deep when it comes to our lifestyles. People keep on, doing just popping pills, painkiller. Every time you feel that you have a headache, you have a migraine, a foot problem, you pop a pill. What would you advise people who rely on painkillers are not the problem? Because pain just comes and some people don't even know where it's coming from.
Yeah. So, first of all, it's good to know where the source of the problem is. For example, if you have a headache, what is the source of the headache? It could be a tight muscle on the neck. It could be dehydration. For me, I usually just say, kunywa maji. If it doesn't go, then we'll see what the problem is by maybe 2-3 hours. You understand? So when people come to the clinic after assessment, we check. We do like a thorough assessment. If it's now the sciatica, like he said, what is the cause of the sciatica? So that we can even do the painkillers, but we want to first of all assess, so that even if you're going to do physio, will you do physio and painkillers or just physio alone? So it's important to know the background of your problem. And so we take proper history of clients when they come. We don't just say, so you fell in the morning. Okay, what happened? So that it can give us the treatment plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to someone who's listening in and they're thinking, okay, so when do I know that I need to see a physiotherapist? And then, what are some of the issues that you can fix? Would you be able to explain it to them?
Yeah, like now the way he says about the pain, if you've had a headache that has lasted and you've popped the pills for 2 days and it hasn't gone, and also the location of the pain. For example, I'm just now localizing it to the headache. So if you've taken painkillers for like 2 days and it hasn't gone and the pain is still nagging, then you need a physiotherapist. Sometimes we assess, like you don't really need to go to the doctor first. Okay. You can come and we can just assess and continue with therapy. Yeah. But if we see that there's need for you to do like an MRI or something, then we send you to the proper channels.
Let me ask you, when it comes to sciatica, because you just mentioned it a bit, how do you judge an individual who's going, okay, let me just give you the context of this question I'm about to ask. There's a time I used to do very, very heavy deadlifts, and then it snapped. I got the disc herniation. But after that, stretching here and there, I'm very functional. I'm still at the gym, going heavy. But my question is, at what point, if you were to assess somebody who has sciatic pain, the sciatic nerve is damaged, how would you judge somebody as this is now bad? They probably need an operation. They need proper attendance.
We do the assessment, like I said, but now for you, if you see you've mentioned herniation, if it's that bad, like it incapacitates you completely, then we won't really go straight into treatment. We can do the physiotherapy assessments, like, are you able to lift your legs straight up? Are you able to touch your toes? Are you able to twist your torso? If you're not, then now we are going to send you for an MRI, and then the MRI will tell us, is this guy continuing with physio plus now maybe a back support or something, or we now involve the orthopedic doctor, because we can't just continue with treatment without knowing how the.
I agree.
Yeah.
What if I can do all those things that you're saying? I can lift my leg, I can twist and turn my torso, I can still work out, I can run, but I still have the pain on my nerve. The sciatic nerve is still hurting.
And you've done physio?
I've done physio once, not until for many sessions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But once in a while, of course, I get the pain, especially if I don't stretch at the gym after a heavy workout. Yeah, so really, would it ever heal?
Now, you see, now umejishtaki.
Yeah.
There's something called consistency.
Okay.
When you want physio to work, you can come for sessions. Like maybe we give you 10 sessions, and maybe not every day. Maybe if the pain is too much initially, we can do the first 3 sessions, and then maybe know the frequency of how the rest follow. But don't stop at day 4, you're feeling better, and then go.
Okay.
So when you do like the 10 sessions, finish them, there's something we call a home program.
Okay.
So we are able to send you out with a home program, conclusive, like specific to your problem. Not, he might have sciatica, but it's different from how yours is presenting.
I agree.
He might be feeling it maybe when he sits, his thighs, like he becomes numb. Yours is from the back, So it's consistency. Don't feel okay one day and go. So if you want lasting results, do what the physio tells you at home if you can't come to the clinic, or do follow-up sessions so that you can have lasting effects. Most people don't get the benefits of physio because they stop at, I don't feel pain anymore.
And I feel amepona.
Yes. Yes.
By the way, is most guys, I wrote this question over here. Most guys usually go to the physio after the fact, after the injury.
Yes.
What are some of the things that we can do now to prevent getting injuries?
Like now we have, I call them corporate problems. Like now you guys sit for long and all that. Sometimes we have like meetings. We go to like offices. We talk. We give a talk. Because the corporate problems are rising. It's not just hypertension and all that. So when we give a talk, then we're able to even assess your desk. Is your desk proper?
Are your chairs
okay?
Yeah.
You are, and most of the times you live with like 5 clients.
What?
Yes, because you're like, he sits like this or she sits like this. You assess the neck is like this, is really tight. So you give people stretches, and then you're like, you need a follow-up sessions.
So on Kev's question as well, so is physiotherapy just for people who have like pre-injuries or after injuries, or just anyone should go through a certain process to analyze themselves?
Yeah, all of us need physiotherapy because we move. Yes, because we move. For example, we become tight from activity and inactivity. So there's this guy who's exercising daily, but he's tight. There's this one who's not exercising, who's a corporate person, and they're tight, you know.
When you say tight, you're talking
Tight
about
is
muscles.
like, yeah, muscles.
Okay.
Yeah, because when muscles are tight, then it can now go to become like the disc, you know, pull up on the disc, because, I mean, muscles attach on bones.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand? So, in essence, all of us need physio. We have physiotherapy is very wide. We have physiotherapy in maternity, in pediatrics, in old people. Before, it was actually a lot in in old people and maybe kids with special needs, and maybe people in the hospital after like accidents. But now everyone is coming. Everyone is coming from people in corporate, people who are pregnant, sports people. It's very wide.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me ask, it's the beginning of the year, everyone's got that motivation for I have to hit the gym. What's the rate of sports injuries that you get?
In the first quarter.
Yeah, just this half. So someone walks in and says, I thought I could lift, but turns out I can't actually lift all that weight.
Yeah, it's funny because I think this is the month we get the most problems, especially when it comes to injuries.
Yeah.
Because you've just been bumming, at home.
Exactly.
From,
Enjoying your December.
yeah, November. Actually, it starts, I think,
November.
mid-November
As a
to like December. And then when you haven't been doing anything, and most of the people don't even work out the rest of the year. So when you go now, you start lifting heavy, you start going hard, and so you pop things. There's even the client I was seeing when you were calling me.
Yes.
She told me the son actually tore an Achilles tendon.
Oh.
That's a full surgery, because you're like, I'm here, I want to do this, and then you just...
Which ones are more serious? The Achilles tendon, and like which other ones are very critical when you hear someone's going through a situation? You know that this has to be repaired. Hamstrings.
Yes, groin injuries. The Achilles, especially the Achilles, is worse because it's weight bearing. Anything that like is below takes a lot of time to heal. So that can be really...
What about plantar fasciitis?
What?
How can you help guys who are
Say it again.
going through plantar fasciitis? Yes.
Yeah, so first of all, we want to know what is the cause. Is it weight? Is it the nature of your work? Is it that you're flat-footed? What kind of shoes do you wear? When you work out, what kind of exercise shoes do you wear? All these things come to play. So that once we know, then we are able to tailor-make your treatment so that we can help you. We have a lot of those, by the way. Yes.
In Kenya?
I think in a month we have maybe 5 patients who have that problem.
That's ridiculous. Let me ask you, what advice would you give to somebody going through serious chronic pain that they got from an injury and it's taking long? For example, the one that you just mentioned, how it takes long to heal. They can't even focus. His mind is just on his thigh.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, will I ever be normal again? They're constantly on painkillers, constantly going for physio. She's not the same. What would you tell them?
First of all, pain changes people. And by the time someone comes to us, I think we take double roles. You end up being a psychotherapist.
I can imagine.
Because first of all, this person has trusted you with their pain, So we want to handle their pain and also show them that this is not it when it comes to the pain, and work with them from the mind also. Because if you conquer the mind, then at least even the pain that they are focusing, that thigh pain, is also going slowly to go away as you work with them. And like I said, it is a consistency thing. You can't just come and expect this pain. You've had it for 3 years and then you expect it will go in one session.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's a lot of injuries that you do that are basically based on the mind rather than the actual...
Purely. There's a client we had, and you could not touch her back because the pain was too much. But it was not pain it was manifesting in the mind, but then she was feeling it in the physical.
That's amazing.
So you do sessions, but you're not getting anything, and she's not also talking, And when you realize that no, this is a mind thing. So we sent her to a proper therapist who was able to assess that she was actually having chronic depression. And she went through the therapy and she never came for physiotherapy. Yeah, because it was alikuwa amepona. Yeah, once she got the pain from here, she became fine.
Have you had an experience where you just feel like this person has come from a very low place and then now they've improved and it excites you? What's that story that really gives you motivation to keep on doing what you're doing?
For me, it happens all the time, and I have many testimonials. But one thing that really made me stick in physiotherapy, I was actually a junior physiotherapist, and I was employed. We were at Nairobi Women's Hospital, and this guy was airflown from TZ.
Wow.
He had a subluxation of the C-spine. Subluxation is when the vertebral bones move, and so it can paralyze you from that level down. So when he came, now you see we are young, so we are excited. We are going for the ward rounds and doing the ward patients, and so my colleagues Pauline, this guy, I don't know, you continue. So I would go. He was called Anwar. I would go and after hours go back to see the client illegally. Yes, illegally, because now you see my boss will not allow this. This is a paid session, so I would go and encourage him. So you see, he could not even move his hands. Hey. And so when you go and you can see even a twitch, you're like, wow.
You're excited about it, yeah.
I'm excited. So I kept that. I kept for 2 months. So even the nurses are like, Pauline, you don't even know this guy. I'm like, but he's really, really willing. And so
you kind of had a crush on this guy, right?
No, not really. And so we worked with him. And then the other thing is, someone has to be willing to get better. He was really willing to get better, and with the mom's help, I would now leave them the ward program. This is what I want you to focus on. So when one day he sat down by himself, and then he started walking on crutches, on the walking frame, and then he started walking with crutches. I'm like, no, there's no way I'm stopping this.
Exactly.
And then
you kept it going.
I kept it going, and when he was discharged walking by himself, I knew this is it. I'm locked. I can never do anything else.
Yeah.
And now he went back to his country. He's doing well.
He's doing well. It's proper functional.
Yes, kabisa.
Let me ask you a random question. This one is very personal. Can people actually heal from sciatica proper?
Yes.
So I have hopes, huh?
You have hopes. You just have to be consistent, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have a client. Tunatoka hapa kama tumesign.
By the way,
I need to get back. Okay, I'm still strong. I can do everything. I can do solid. But I just hate that pain. You know what I mean? It's like, not again. And then like a month in a potea, and then it comes back. You know, so excuse me for asking that question. However, for folks who are thinking of getting into this space of physiotherapy, making it a career for themselves, what should they have in mind?
First of all, passion. Passion should meet whatever it is that you want to do. For me, if I did clinical medicine, then I won't be here. I will be bored to death. You have to really, really be passionate about what you want to get into. Don't just get into spaces because you want to get into spaces. For me, I did physio, and I still do physio because I love it. Anyone who knows me, they will tell you.
I can tell. Yeah.
Yeah. So for people who want to get into physiotherapy, don't just do it as a job. Do it as, at the end of the day, when you close your eyes, this is what you want to do. Yeah, and then of course the money will come in, but the passion first. Make sure when you deal with people, when you have to be thinking about their well-being. At the end of the day, you're like, someone slept better because I am here. Yeah, so for me it's passion. Be driven by passion more than anything.
I don't want to sound like I'm doing marketing for you, but honestly, I've been so inspired by the work that you do, because trust me, these injuries out here Yani, it's hell for many people, and they deserve to work with somebody like you.
Thank you.
So for Action Physio, I want you to put out your contacts for any Kenyans who are going through a situation and they haven't found the right physiotherapist. You know, I can tell your work is amazing. You also work with my colleague, and her standards are very high.
Thank you.
So I know,
Thank you. Yeah.
you know, she doesn't dilly-dally. So put out your information for Kenyans out there. Your contact information.
Okay, we are based at Ngong Lane Plaza, ground floor, Action Physio. You can reach me on 0723 205 509.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pauline.
Thank you for having me.
Exactly.
It has been fun.
This is not even the last time we'll have this conversation. Mambo ya physiotherapy haishangi.
Aishi.
Yeah, Kenyans need to actually get this knowledge. And I've seen you've won some serious awards, eh?
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
Shipreneur. It
Yeah.
was a church event. I won the healthcare for the year.
Congratulations.
You see?
on that.
Thank you.
You see?
Thank you.
Good stuff. Guys, once again, that was Pauline Mutwori. She's a physiotherapist, and today we're talking how to build yourself again after an injury, or should I say pain. Asante sana once again.
Thank you for having me. It's
Okay.
been fun.
It's been fun, yeah?
Yes, it's been fun.
Good stuff. We've enjoyed too as well.
Okay.
So right now it's 1:45, the top of the hour. I've got some bar. Yes, this is a jam by Nvidi the Storyteller and Femi One. Also, Lola Brook is coming through on the way with another serious one called You. Lakini, we're going to cruise the internet this time around. Stories mingi sana zimehappen over the weekend.
Deadly.
Deadly. Mambo ni deadly. Yeah?
Deadly.
Also, we'll give you guys the rundown of the Grammy 2025, the Grammy Awards 2025 full list of winners. So, Tony Kazi, good evening.
More of the timeless and greatest hits you love.
Make some noise.